My name is Tom Hayes. I'm Director of Customer and Community Relations for New Jersey Natural Gas and your host for Community Connections here at SCAN. It's a wonderful program where we really introduce you to a lot of the leaders out in the community and let you know what's going on in our area. Today we are very, very happy to have two wonderful guests that I've had the pleasure of working with over the past couple of summers. Wonderful, wonderful folks. Many of you, I'm sure, know them. Lou and Liz of the Lou and Liz Show on 94.3 The Point. And it's really wonderful to have you both here with us today.
Hey, Tom.
Hi, Tom.
You guys are the best. And I know you've been doing this together for about how long?
100 years.
That's what it feels like. Okay. Probably, well, we've known each other for close to 30 years.
Wow.
That's when we started.
That was when you were in the hospital together, both being born.
Yes.
Exactly right.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
I'll admit to being 9, but nothing more than
that. Oh, that's too much. Is it time to retire yet?
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
For both of us, no.
So, you know, I have had the pleasure of working with you guys on the boardwalk in Asbury Park, you know, doing the summer show and all that every Friday, just about, except the last Friday. I know you guys couldn't make it, and I was a little upset. But nonetheless, it was
Did
you
host?
Well, I was there. Matt Ryan filled in for you guys. But I missed you guys, you know, tremendously. Yeah. But I'm glad that you came out here so I can get my fix. So that's good.
Well, we're glad to help.
Welcome in our studio anytime, as you know.
That's very, very kind. As long as I bring donuts, I know.
Donuts next door, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, that's good. It's the only way I get in here, too, is if I bring donuts.
Hey, you've learned the trick.
Yeah, that's it. But you guys really do a great job. And, you know, it was nice over
We're
the
a little
whole...
awkwardly sitting next to each other because we never sit this close, ever,
I know.
ever.
It's a studio. I could not get the 10 feet distance that you were requesting.
At a minimum.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
We're doing this for you, Tom.
But your handlers were very good in working with us and, you know, and all that and making sure everything was set. And, you know, the whole thing that happened before in the green room, you know, I'm sorry you didn't have all the things you wanted.
Somebody with...
Just a little air conditioning and a mirror.
Somebody had a diva moment just prior to the show, but I won't say it.
I don't know if my makeup
that was me? Oh, no, it wasn't mine. Oh, you didn't see mine. Okay, good. No, but you guys are great. And, you know, we spent the summer meeting with a lot of different organizations. In fact, Pat Bowes from SCAN was one of our guests doing the interviews and all that, which is wonderful because it allows folks to really learn about the different organizations. And you guys for years, I mean, I honestly, and I mean this, I've told you this before, I've been listening to your show probably really since the day you started. It's just great. Absolutely, absolutely. My kids, everybody will tell you.
Thanks, Tom.
So, you know, it's a great program. It's always fun. And, you know, you do a lot of good, fun stuff, but it's still like, you know, wholesome and right, you know, for families and young people. Everybody can listen to it. And it's a great show. And obviously, you're like the #1 show in all the land. So I know that, you know, you obviously have a huge following that appreciates all your good work.
Well, we have a great time doing the show. That's the key to the whole thing.
We can laugh.
Yes.
A good sense of humor is really important.
Usually at each other and not with each other, but either way, we're laughing.
Yes.
We're having a good time.
Right.
But yes, I mean, your point is well taken. I mean, there's nothing like being in the community. There's nothing like reaching out. And I'll tell you, the connection that we had with New Jersey Natural Gas this summer was an amazing one because a lot of the groups you work with, we work with. We met some new people, which is wonderful.
Right.
Bottom line is the word is getting out there about some great work being done, and that's what it's all about.
Right, and you know, I know the ASPCA. I know you always have like the pet of the
Monmouth
week
County
and all that.
SPCA, right?
Yeah, which is great, right? And you're always, you know, talking up and not only talking about things on the radio, but then you put the information and pictures on the website. So, you know, it's great.
Public service is really important to us. When it really struck home with me is when my first son entered kindergarten. And they had a day where community service members could come to school. So they said, well, if you know a construction worker or if you know a weatherman, and I was thinking, I can't get involved in that. And I said, wait a minute, we do the school closings when there's a snow emergency. I must be a community service person. But it makes you realize the importance of radio for certain things.
Right.
You know, for any kinds of states of emergency or for any kind of information that people need immediately. They turn their radio on to find out about it.
Right, absolutely, no doubt about it. And you know, the other thing that's great to know is you two being really seriously the #1 show around, is that because you do, you know, you're funny, that's of course important, but it's real and it's wholesome. And the fact that you're talking about good things and you're doing like good things with good organizations, I think for society in general is a really good lesson that, you know, you can do the right thing and do good things and still be entertaining, and it should be a #1 show, and it's great that you are. So for the rest of the media world out there, you don't have to put on the slop and the the bad stuff and all that, because people do really get information and really do enjoy and get entertained by folks that are good people saying good things.
Well, we never want to be the show that mom or dad has to explain to the kids, you know.
We don't want to be shocking.
Right,
and I have
right.
kids, so I think we're a pretty good barometer between the two of us. And also, you know, when you spend a lot of time talking about silly stuff, like when we pick on each other or banter, you want to balance that with doing some good, like raising money for cancer research.
Right.
So we feel really good about the good that we do in helping other people raise money for their charities.
Right, which is great. And I think that's really important. And again, it goes to your listeners and the quality of listeners that you have also, because you obviously have hundreds of thousands of them, and you know they want to hear this sort of thing, and they want to be educated about the good things that are going on in their community. So I think that's really important.
Well, I've said for years that there's nobody more generous than Monmouth and Ocean counties. The only trick is getting the residents of Monmouth and Ocean counties to know where the need is, and that need will be met. We've seen it happen time and time again. So if we could be that connection, then we're proud of that.
Yeah, which is great, and you should be proud, because you guys really do an amazing job with all that. And you know, so it's been a long time you've been working in this business, and you know, often it's kind of funny because you bring in your family stuff, and it's almost like, I don't know if anything's a secret, but you know, I know with Diane, you're always talking about that, and you know, your wife, and you know, all the funny stories about that. You're always talking about your sons, and you know, the good
Not
things
that they like it, but they're good sports.
Yeah, they are good sports, and I have met them, and I can vouch for that. They are wonderful boys.
Thank you.
May I say their names?
Sure.
Benjamin and Christopher.
Yeah.
They're really good guys. So
Thanks.
it's really nice. You're doing a good job, Mom.
Thank you.
And tell Diane she's doing a really good job with you.
She is doing a good job. It's been a world of changes, but I'm coming around.
Yeah, you're getting there now. You're great.
training.
And I'll tell you, and you know, working with you guys like on the boardwalk and all that sort of thing, I mean, you are very personable. Like I come to you guys, like you're like stars to me, because I've listened to you all my life. So like, you know, I expected these attitudes to be kid about. I expected them for real, and you didn't have those. Like you're just really nice people, and it's great to know that. I wish everybody in the world could come up and get a chance to meet you, because
You
they'd
showed
be
us up.
impressed.
How many times were we on the boardwalk and people walk by and wave, and we wave, and they're like, "Hi, Tom, it was you." Everybody knows you, Tom. You could be the mayor, the governor, the president.
Yeah, oh boy, that would be frightening.
Tom, I hate to correct you on your own show, but for fairness,
Right.
she's not a star.
Just she's not. You are, but she's not. Okay. Well, you're both big stars in my mind, I have to say, because you really are great, and probably have the rest of us. I know that. But you know, and it's been great, and you know, we've seen some interesting characters on the boardwalk, right? I was thinking about it the other day. Remember the woman who walked really funny with her arms swinging and all that? And
There was a woman who walked with her arms swinging as she was the happiest person on earth.
Right.
And the first time she walked by, I turned around to Tom and I said, "That's exactly the walk I make when I find out Liz isn't coming to work that day." It's the walk of cheer. And yeah, so we did a lot of people watching this
That's
summer.
funny. Yeah, some funny stuff. The guy that would always yell something as he walked by, and the ones that are always very happy and saying good morning. And every Friday we would see them just about, right? Which
I
was
just took my
great.
kids to Asbury Park the other day to see a documentary at the movie theater there, and we went out for a bite to eat afterwards, and we're walking into a restaurant, and a guy comes walking out yelling, "It's Liz!" And it was Donnie, our friend that sifts the sand on the boardwalk all summer long.
Yes, and
So
points
you
out
make friends with community members.
Right.
You don't know you're going to see them again, and then, you know, become
which is
lifetime
nice.
friends.
We should give a
nice.
shout out to them because they work hard to make
Yes.
it look beautiful out there.
Yeah, all the folks on the beach
Yeah.
in Asbury Park and the boardwalk, and everybody working in that town. And I know they were very grateful that the radio program was airing from there, because they said the visitorship increased by about 30%.
That's great.
Just from you guys being there on a regular basis.
Oh, the city looks
Because
amazing.
you're always talking positive about the area, and you're saying how beautiful it is. And again, every Friday during the summer, it didn't rain because you guys were there.
Yes,
You
because
guys
of
bring the
us.
sunshine.
Couple of drops, but
No, not really. I mean, well, before the
you
day,
got there.
before the sun came up, which is great. I mean, and the fact that you're there so early in the morning, like getting ready, is really great. Kudos to you guys for getting out there.
They actually, those same crews have a winter full of work to do to keep the streets plowed in Asbury
Yeah,
too. So some of them
that's right.
switch from the summer job to the winter job. We learned a lot being out there about the
Yeah,
people that
which is-
work
it's
to
amazing.
keep a city going.
Yeah, for sure. And Donnie, in
Yeah.
particular, you mentioned, was also the one who, we call him Donnie the dolphin spotter, right?
Right.
Because he would
Yeah.
always point out the dolphins that were coming in the ocean. And
See the memories we have made together,
yes,
Tom.
I know. I'm very fond of those. I will have them forever. But one memory I'm having a problem with is I was looking on the website recently. You know, I have to say, Liz, your hairdos have changed, your hair colors change a lot,
Yeah.
whatever. And, you know, it's interesting to see that over the years. And that's typical for a lot of folks.
Yeah.
But when I saw a picture of Lou with what I think was a mullet,
The mullet.
I was like, wow, look
That
at
was
that.
the 80s picture.
Am I under contract not to storm off at this?
Yeah, you can't storm off. You're glued to your
Liz
seat.
found this picture from, it had to be 88,
Yeah.
88, 89. That was some mullet. It was,
It was a good mullet. The mustache too.
I mean, I,
You had
Yeah.
the big. It was
yeah.
great.
I mean, I pulled it off.
My-
But
Oh, of course,
by the
you
way,
wore it very
my
well.
boys thought you looked very good in that picture.
well, that was very
Yeah.
nice of them.
I thought so too. I never changed much, really. So you know,
Oh, yeah,
the
not
hair's
at
a little
all.
shorter. That's all. But that was pretty funny when I was going through. I was like, oh wow. I wanted to blow it up and bring it as a poster, but I just didn't know if I should do that.
Did you
because,
notice?
Again, your handler would get.
Did
mad
you
at me.
notice the identical twins standing next to me that looked a lot like Snooki?
Yeah.
They told me Paula Abdul.
Who's they?
Hey.
Her family.
Family, your
Listen,
family's good for
listen.
that sort of thing. That's good. And speaking of family, how is your family with this stuff? Like for Diane, for example, hearing you talking about her all the time and talking about personal stuff and all that. I've met her several times, and she's not only a beautiful person, but certainly beautiful looking, but a beautiful person. She's got a
Yes.
great soul
And smart.
And smart.
Right.
Except.
Until my until I came along.
Question is why?
No,
That's
for
just a
sure. No,
running
no.
joke
Of course,
because-
we all
So
tease, but
actually, Diane, we actually had Diane on the show 2 years before Diane and I met.
Crazy.
She called in for a contest, and I remembered the phone call. It was a funny phone call, and I actually remembered it and saved the phone call. And then when we met a while after that, she made the connection. She was like, "Do you remember this phone call?" And I actually had it. I had saved it.
Wow.
So yeah, so that was pretty
Meant
cool.
that's
to be.
there
Yeah.
you go.
I
there
think
you
it was.
go.
I think it was.
And she's a good sport about it.
She's a great sport about it. She likes to get involved, which is fun. You
Nice.
know. I could never have done better in a million years. She could. Right?
I don't know.
she
I
could.
beg to
No.
differ. a
Let's
little.
take a vote. Could she do better?
I think you're made for
I
each
don't
other. You're both
know.
perfect. No, really,
Yeah.
it's great. It's great. And
He's
you,
very good to her. He's modest. He's very good to her.
yes, he is. I agree. And with the boys, and you know, they mind. You know, I know you've told me before you try to limit the amount that you talk about that
Well,
stuff.
you know, if I had started this job when they were teenagers, they'd probably be rolling their eyes. But they were born into it, like it or not. I mean, I was in the hospital and on the air, like from the hospital,
Right, right.
broadcasting from the hospital when Christopher was born, and when Benjamin was born, I did the show from home, and we would have like diaper changing contests. So these poor children,
Yeah.
Yeah,
they were just
right.
brought up that way.
Right,
like it or
right.
Benjamin
not.
had his diaper changed on the morning show many times.
Oh, great.
Stop! You're gonna embarrass him.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that.
Well, you know. Again, everything, you let it all hang out, that's
It's all
for
out
sure.
Yeah,
Which is great, though. I think
Yeah.
that's, again, another part of the whole personality of the show is that, you know, you're very personable and you bring your family into it, which I think for those of us driving around listening, it's fun. We enjoy it, which I think is great.
people like to watch train wreck.
No,
so they like to hear us
no,
fight
no.
because people frequently say we're like an old married couple because we can really.
And I don't know what I'm more insulted by,
Banter.
the old or the married.
I call him my work husband. You know, we're together on the air longer than any of his marriages have ever been.
That's true. That's true. That's why the audience is so big. It's just full of my exes. It helps. You know.
Is that in the prenup that if you do break up that they have to listen to and support the show?
Yeah, I don't recall that one.
Okay, all right, but it's good. I really do think people like that, and you know, some people that have talked to me since I've been on the air with you and on the during the summer, have said, are they really like friendly and stuff? I said, yeah, they're really friendly, but they really do banter even off the air. But I said they really do click very well, and whether you guys like that or not, you really do click really well.
I think we understand our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a
That's
good
a
way to
good
put
way
it?
to put it.
We understand.
Like it or not, we understand it.
Right.
She knows who I am, and I'm stuck with who she is, and that's how it's been, and we're okay with it.
People
Oh my
get
God.
very curious though. Like when they meet me or they see me somewhere, they'll say, that's Lou and Liz. Like, they can't even separate us.
Yeah, right.
Where's Lou? Do you ever hang out with Lou? You know, I get a million questions about him when he's not with me.
Right.
It's just my life.
Yeah, it's like, oh, please, can I get away from that for a minute? But
When people come up to me, they ask me how Lisa's doing.
yeah.
They'll call me something,
Or Larry.
whether or not it's my name is another story.
Oh, that's great. Well, we're going to have to take a little break here to hear from one of our sponsors, but we'll be back in a minute.
Thanks, Tom.
All right? And we'll be back with you in just a moment.
Now's a great time to make your home more energy efficient, and the New Jersey Natural Gas Save Green project is here to help. Take advantage of rebates and incentives up to $19,000 designed to make your whole house more comfortable, improve performance, and save you money. Upgrade your older, inefficient heating equipment, central air conditioning system, and water heater with money-saving, high-efficiency equipment. But don't stop there. Your new equipment will have to work harder, wasting energy dollars if your home is not properly weatherized by reducing air and duct leaks and installing proper insulation. Call the Save Green Project at 877-455-NJNG or visit savegreenproject.com, and we'll help you get on the road to energy efficiency and savings and explain how you may qualify for up to $19,000 in rebates and incentives. Call Save Green at 877-455-NJNG.
Okay, now welcome back to SCAN's Community Connections. Again, I'm Tom Hayes, Director of Customer and Community Relations for New Jersey Natural Gas, and your host for this wonderful show. And again, we're back with the wonderful Lou and Liz from 94.3 The Point, your wonderful radio program that goes on from, 5:30 in the morning till 10 in the morning, right?
5:30 to 10, Monday
on
through
94.3 The Point.
Yes.
And again, we've had a wonderful, I'll say wonderful from my perspective, working relationship with really doing the broadcast from the boardwalks and all that sort of thing. You guys are great. And I know you guys, not only in Asbury, I think you also were in Jenkinson's and Point Pleasant. You've done some live broadcasts. Where else have you done live broadcasts, just out of curiosity?
We've done 100 of them. One of the ones that we just recently did was for Thanksgiving at the Atlantic Club for the Food Bank of Monmouth and Ocean Counties.
We've
We
been
do
doing
that
that
every
for
year.
years.
Yeah, that's nice.
And we frequently make appearances at Freehold Raceway Mall. And really, I think I don't know of a place we haven't been in Monmouth County. It's so great, and a lot of Northern Ocean County too. We have a lot of listeners there. And
Right.
It's so great to get out into the community because you meet people, and you really, when you're in a studio all day long, you forget that there are so many faces you haven't actually met. So I love
Yeah.
going out when we get to do our show live.
Yeah,
Especially
that's
when
good.
you're in a studio where the people there don't talk to each other. Which is true, right? I mean, we can admit that.
Well, our show is based on being fresh and live.
Not
It's-
fresh like you're a brat. Fresh.
But it's like reality. We want the listeners to hear what we would be saying to each other off the air.
Right.
So our expression is save it. If we have something to say, we save it for the air and we let everybody hear it so that everybody is in on our real life.
Right.
So
right,
when
which is
when
great.
I'm hearing a story or when Liz is hearing a story, we literally are hearing it for the first time.
We have
live
no
on
idea what the other one's going to
'Cause-
say.
And I've been there before, and I've heard you do that, or if I was to say, well, wait for the air, and we'll talk about that or something, which is great. I think it's very cool, and it's a neat way to kind of run a program because you do keep it fresh for everyone, and it is real for everybody. They're hearing it just like like live, and that's what's going on. So it's great. Now, speaking of live, your show is live, but it's like there's like a minute or two delay, right? For like in case somebody like me was going to curse
There's
or something
a
on your
30-second
show.
delay
It's 30
for in
seconds.
the event I ever say what I'm actually thinking. And then if you're listening to our stream, it's about a minute and a half, just technical stuff, minute and a half. delay
Right,
for that.
okay.
But yeah, other than that, there we are.
Yeah, no, which
Live.
is great.
We actually had a whole debate on the air because Lou thought we should come on to your show separately. He thought he should get the first 15 minutes and I can get the leftover 12 or whatever.
And I think everybody's starting to see why.
Yeah, it's so awkward. I don't know what made me think we should do this together, Tom.
Yeah.
But we
That's
have
funny.
listeners calling in saying it's not the same when I'm not with you, Lou. True or not, I love those comments.
Yeah, no, that's
That
good.
felt a little creepy. I'm going to be honest.
And it's nice when your family does call in to say
Yeah,
that.
see that? Somebody's got to stick up for me.
No, I feel that same way too. It's true. It really is true. You two are a pair, and although you both, if you have to be by yourselves, you do a great job. It's just not the same as when the both of you are
True.
there. It really is. That is special.
And it's not the same as when you're here to moderate us.
Oh,
Because we like
please.
to have somebody. The only thing better would be if you were sitting in the middle of us right now.
Yeah. I don't know if I have enough Band-Aids to have that.
Yeah, if you weren't here, it wouldn't be pretty right now. Wouldn't.
Oh, that's great. And the other thing I noticed over the summer with the different folks that are being interviewed, you also had some really cool guests, like the musicians and the comedians and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's really neat too. So you really get to meet a lot of different people over the years, or whatever you're doing all the time, right?
Absolutely, yeah. We've met some wonderful people who were just starting their careers, turned out to be big stars, which is really awesome. We've met people when they were big stars. We've met people on the way down from being big stars. It happens to everyone.
In fact, one week at the boardwalk this past summer, there are people walking and running by the whole time.
Right.
And some guy walked by in a baseball hat and sunglasses and waved, and I just waved back. And Lou's like, "Wait a minute, I know that guy." Glenn Burtnick, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Glenn Burtnick.
Yeah.
You just
right.
don't know who's.
Great guy.
Yeah.
Tim McClune showed up one day like we were the best of friends, and he turned out to be funnier than you.
Here's a good one.
He's funny.
Well-
Tim is great.
He is funny, funnier than me. No, he really is funny. He really is funny. We also had Alanis Morissette's Tiny Little Dog
yeah.
do #1 on my office floor.
Oh,
is a
well,
pretty
that's
good
always
story.
There's
interesting.
the claim to fame right
Did
there.
you not clean it and you have stuff around it?
I walked into it after the interview. I didn't
Oh,
realize.
so you didn't clean that shoe either?
She brought her dog, left it in my office.
Really?
Apparently didn't take it for a walk. So
Wow.
I had a special lasting surprise
Isn't that lovely?
from Alanis.
Oh, the memories.
Did you cut the tile out of the floor and save it and put it in your
35 bucks.
scrapbook?
I got $35 on eBay.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
What people will go for these days, right? But that's getting their comedian friends that have been there and all that. I really, what's the gentleman's name that was there over the summer?
Jeff Norris.
Jeff Norris.
Oh,
He
Jeff
is so
great.
funny.
Jeff is
And that skit he did of Lou, when you weren't there, you made the mistake of not being there
yes.
at one time?
See, that's why I always,
We had
a
should
Lou
always show up.
impersonator.
Yeah,
Should always
he,
be
he did take his shoes off and did that little
To
thing.
get him
Oh,
to do that again.
Jeff's
Yeah,
one of the
that's
funniest
priceless.
guys
he's a great guy.
ever. And
He's
he-
very
and
nice. What a
And
nice
we
man.
in the area.
He uses us and we use him. We work together, we should say, but he raises a lot of money for Wounded Warriors and
Yep.
other great organizations. And Lou hosts a lot of his comedy acts. So
Right.
he's a good opening act. I'll give you that. You're a good opening act.
Thanks. Confessions of
Whether or
Liz.
not you could do a whole hour of stand-up, I don't know.
Oh, that's
No,
good.
that's actually very nice of her to stay. I wouldn't open for you. Would I open for you?
No.
No. well,
I'm the straight guy.
Have you two ever done stand-up together?
No.
No.
Really?
We're having enough trouble sitting down together right now.
No, I know.
push it.
That would be. I think that would be a great show.
You know what's funny
We
about
should
that?
take our act on the road.
When I go up to MC a comedy night, I really truly feel like they're the comedians and they're the guys with the jokes or the girls with the jokes. So I try not to. One or two little things at the beginning is kind of good, usually at Liz's expense, and then I kind of leave it at that. So in a way, while she's saying nice things, I really wouldn't be funny without her.
Because who else is going to put up with you? Picking on them all the time.
I have a list. There's a list of people.
Who is not in? I am indispensable.
No, for sure. I agree. You're both indispensable in my
Kidding,
book.
I'm
sorry.
kidding,
No,
I'm
but you are, really are. And I think it would be great. You guys did a show together.
I think,
that-
Tom, if you sat here, Lou would be able to make fun of you too.
Of course. He can make fun of me anytime.
I would never make fun of Tom.
He always does.
But you could.
I could, sure.
Of course you could. He could cut me down to.
Cut you down to my height.
He'd have me crying by the time I left. I don't know how you can take it all the time.
But we want to thank you too, though. You brought so many great guests to us,
Oh,
and
well,
helped us learn more about the community and how we can support so many great causes. You have done so much good for Monmouth and Ocean County charities, and no wonder everybody loves you.
Oh, stop.
But
Hey,
it's
don't turn me
great. I
red
mean,
now.
it's just really
No.
good that you help raise such awareness and help support, cities that are in need of help and charities. So many great causes, right?
Well, you're the perfect combination because you've got the New Jersey Natural Gas behind you that really is committed to it, and you are the perfect person for it because you also are committed. There are a lot of people who do really good work, and then when the day's over, the day's over. I know you're the kind of guy who takes it home with you, and that makes a big difference, and we really respect
I
it.
want to be like you someday. Tom.
Oh, cut it out. We're here to interview you two.
We want to be him when we
The
grow
only
up.
thing committed about me is that I should be.
Do we have a quick minute to talk about how she acted during the intermission?
Oh, thank you for
I need a
fanning me.
fan, it's
If
hot
we
in here.
had
What's-
this footage available for
Nobody
a
here likes
blog
you right now.
for YouTube, for our radio YouTube site, I was really hot.
Oh,
and
it
I
was-
told you before I ever agreed to do this, just make sure the studio is cool. That's all I need.
Yeah.
And so I was sweltering, and he fanned me. You didn't offer to fan
Tom,
me.
just quick, true or false? Did she leave garbage somewhere on a desk?
No.
True.
No.
I
It was a
accidentally-
memento that she left
True.
for me.
What else? Makeup. I need makeup.
I gotta check my makeup. I know. I should have had a makeup artist come in and. I needed a coat of paint or
Oh,
something
cut it out.
today.
You're a beautiful woman. I wouldn't worry about that at all.
Thank you,
She's
Tom.
been difficult.
No.
I know.
Come
I
on
I'm used
now.
to it, Tom, but we're
I'm not agreeing to that.
You might feel comfortable in front of a camera, but we're just comfortable in a studio in front of a
Yeah, I
microphone.
don't know if you're ever really comfortable in these positions, but you know.
He would be.
Yeah.
He loves the way he looks on
Ask in
camera.
the booth if we have time for makeup. That's my person.
But
Yeah,
that
it's
brings
very
a
good.
little spice, right?
Of course,
Yeah.
of course. You're very spicy.
That's one word to use.
Spicy.
Yes. that's
Yes, absolutely. No, which is good. But you know, and it's great. Again, the fact that you can tease each other and all that kind of stuff, I think, really makes that show really wonderful.
But
And-
we do enjoy each other's banter. We do.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it couldn't. It's
You
not
couldn't
possible.
last. There's no way you could last like that. There's no way. There's really no way. No way. No way.
But in life, I think it's great to be able to laugh at yourself.
Of
It
course.
really, with all the stress of just living in New Jersey
Yes,
and
right.
commuting and working and being in a rush,
Right.
you know,
And not
lighten
having
it up.
makeup and it being hot.
Yeah. Laughter is the only thing that can balance that out.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And you know, the fact that you guys
Brats.
came
He's a
early
brat.
to the show and did the meet and greet with some of the members and some of the students here and all that, I think was great. And that's again very telling about your personalities and your ability to want to help out. And you know, SCAN, as you know, we're here at SCAN Studios, is a great organization that does a lot to really help folks 50 and above to continue to be educated and really helps that, like, provides that social outlet for folks. And they really can learn a lot here and all that.
And there's so many people that may not know about SCAN, so we're so happy to tell our radio listeners about it.
Which is great.
And
You
so
guys
many
did a
people that
great
didn't know
job.
you're in the basement of Monmouth Mall. How do
Yeah.
we not know that?
I know. It's such a great thing. And the Monmouth Mall folks, I have to say, on air, are phenomenal folks. They really are very generous.
And so
in
are the
working with
SCAN
SCAN.
people that are behind the scenes right now. We have camera operators and producers and directors, and
Yeah,
it's great that they're running this show.
It's really top notch. It's a
Yeah.
very well run organization, and they're really talented folks
They are,
here.
and they're really getting tested today.
Yeah.
I know. They're going to talk about me after I leave. They're going to say, "What was that girl thinking? There was no help for her."
Or words to that
Or
effect.
something.
No, they're all going to be saying, "What's her phone number?" All right, but Christopher and Benjamin won't allow them to give their phone number out. So.
My bouncers in the back. Yeah.
Yes, your
They're
bouncers, your
behind the
sons.
scenes right now.
Security. No, that's good. That's good. But it's great, and you know, I don't know, like. Hopefully you guys will be able to do this show until you're ready to end it, which I'm sure, because again, you're number one and the best. But like, if you were to retire one day, do you have any plans? Like, would you like to do other things, or you know, what would be your plans after this? I mean, other than come to SCAN and take classes.
So you're asking
Should we
me.
write a book about our radio experience together?
There is gonna be no
Oh,
we.
my
That's
heavens.
the first thing that's
He does
gonna
not like when I speak for both of
We.
us. He doesn't like the word "we."
happen. I'm looking up to the sky now, imagining that first morning at 5:31.
The only thing I would really love to do is the minute I leave is sleep past 3:30 a.m.
Yeah,
that is my dream
gotta
in
be
life.
tough for both of you
Oh.
all the time, huh?
I don't get
And
used
with
to getting
sons and
up.
everything and all that, it's like, you know, boys need to, you know, all the stuff you got to do with them, and wow, that's a tough hour.
I'll tell you, as tough as it is, we really do have so much fun at work. It really equals out. If that's the only bad thing when the
Who
alarm
gets to
goes
go to
off.
work and laugh all
I
day?
know, and when
right?
when we're on the boardwalk and I get there, which I know I'm not getting there at crack of dawn with you guys, but
We've
it
had
goes
so many
like
nice
that.
sunrises together.
Yeah, it goes so fast. It's really amazing.
That's total flirt right there, Tom. It's totally flirty.
I would be flattered. She's really not. She's got better taste than that. But nonetheless, I do appreciate that thought from you, Lou. Anyway,
Just do me a favor, Tom. Remember the intermission. Remember the break we took there.
it was great. Well, actually, I have to say we're actually out of time.
Oh,
so
isn't that too bad?
I do want to appreciate you, Lou and Liz from 94.3 The Point, and your wonderful show.
We'll
And,
continue this another time.
Yes, we will.
On the radio.
Yes, very good. Well, thank you both for being here.
Thanks, Tom. Thank you.
And thanks for our viewers for being with us. Thank you.